So then, an ending that brings a tear to your eyes. Yes, it was predictable, a happy ending, but it gave us a lot of emotion, stunning animation, and reappearing characters, while also setting up for another season/tournament. So the excitement is real, and the enjoyment was had all around. Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton, and today we're talking all things episode 26 of the Cardfight Vanguard Divinez anime series. An overall good conclusion to a second season. So let's dive into it. Starting off with the most important part, well, in my opinion that is, the survival of Future Hikari. Because honestly, after the good vibes of Civil being defeated and our heroes having now returned to them, there was still that looming question about what happened to Future Hikari. Well, she's able to remain alive in this world after sealing Garbelius within inside her. Now this I loved, as not only does it mirror what happened with Sybil, being that Hikari now has a mystical being within her, but it also gives Garbelius a way to atone/make up for getting so many people involved within his plan for revenge. But the one most affected by his actions and getting others involved was Future Hikari, as without Garbelius, Akina within her timeline would never have taken part within the fated clash. Thus, he would have never died within Future Hikari's timeline, thus never leading to a situation where Future Hikari had to go back in time to try and save her brother in the present. Thus never leading to a situation where she no longer has a place to exist, and thus she has to disappear. So to make up for this, he's giving his life to keep Future Hikari around, thus giving her another chance to live. Now I loved how one unit that was sealed within her was slowly killing her, while the other is now sealed within her again, allowing her to live. And it's not like Garbelius has many more things to do. Divinez is about never giving up and chasing your dreams, and Garbelius has achieved his dreams of revenge. So why not atone and give another person a chance to live their dream? The name Mayajo Erika is a common Japanese name, and could be a reference to her voice actress, Eri Yukimura. But the Mayajo is a cute play on words that still links slightly to her original name in Myodo. But with this new name, she now has a little more freedom to live her life how she pleases, and to do more things that herself wanted to do, because honestly, she can't live with Akina. I mean, just try explaining that to your dad. Hey dad, by the way, I've been playing in this magical card game tournament, and it turns out in this future alternative timeline, I died, and then my sister got upset, so she also played in the same tournament when she was older. She won, congratulations. She went back in time to save me in this timeline, but now she's stuck here and she needs to live with us, so you now have 2 daughters and 1 son. Congratulations! Like, his father would be very, very confused. On a side note though, the animation for Future Hikari segments were incredibly beautiful and super emotional, that just makes me love this character even more, and honestly I loved every scene with her. She's probably my favourite character from the Divinez series, and it's just because of all the emotion that she brings to the table, as well as just how much love the studio gives the character. It's clear that they want this character to succeed. But now, speaking of people finally being selfish and finding their own path/dreams, that's finally what Akina is now trying to do. With no more sisters or girls to save, he's finally ready to explore the world and see what it holds, and what he really wants to do in life. What is his dream? Now honestly, before the reveal of another tournament in Deluxe, I was hoping we would get to see Akina join the circuit, and have him fighting characters like Yu or Laika. Considering we saw Laika in the opening segment of Divinez Season 1, I thought this would be a good matchup to have as like a sort of ceremonial type of match. So hopefully we learn more about Akina's path moving forward, and I think going down the battler route would help tie into the segment we see within this episode where Akina is always feeling like the underdog within a match. But with Raziel, he's always got nothing to lose. He feels like nothing is impossible. Yet there are so many more challenges and difficult opponents for him to face that could end up making him kind of waver a little bit in his miracle grasping ideals. As a side note, seeing Akina now ready to explore his own paths has now been made easier without the weight and guilt that he's been feeling throughout the series so far. He now has his memories back, plus his dad is home, making it so that Hikari isn't going to be alone anymore. So he's able to now go out and explore and do more things for himself, which is a great thing. And I like the fact that they did show his dad kind of coming back to give Akina that little bit more freedom. But then if the tournament route doesn't work out for him, he's always got his romance with Now to return to. As this was a really sort of heavily portrayed emotion within this episode. The music, the expressions, and the sweet words said all helped to give off that feeling of romance between the two characters. And I can't lie, when they were riding on the back of Garbelius, I was thinking that she would wake up and the song A Whole New World from Aladdin was gonna appear on the screen because it just looked like a perfect setting for that song. And then I remembered, well, this isn't Disney. Now, I've said Garbelius' name a lot, so let's talk about him. Getting an actual card of him was really cool, and I loved how this card came from Now, because it does link back to a previously playing Kanto Century. But it does also link to Now even more, with units from Cray being magnetized towards her. So again, a nice lot of connections for that. Now, his full dragon design is very cool and very royal looking, but it is more so gear-like, if I'm honest, than Kanto Century. But nevertheless though, this was a really nice reveal and I'm glad they showed it off within this episode. And the skill itself was decent, however I'm not sure how good this would be outside of the Fated One's deck, like it won't be a standalone Vanguard that you can rely on in a difficult situation. Symbol's backstory was okay, and it was a nice little touch that added a bit more humanized elements to the character, as he used to have a fighter that he was very connected with, but they died and then he got sad and evil. All of the miniature versions of this unit, as well as the plushie form, made it feel very buddy-like in terms of looking at a different card game series. But again, we're not having a crossover with Future Card Buddy Fight. Unless we are? Maybe? Now, the final match itself was decent, but for me, it was the emotional element of the match and the aftermath that really sold this episode and made me like it even more. I liked how it was a critical trigger, was obvious that it was going to end, yet still a small amount of tension and excitement was created for this final reveal. It is really creative how they find ways of doing this constantly with matches while still adding to the show's sort of lively and fun characteristics and making you really get behind a card fight when watching it. Instead of just going, oh, he's the main character, he's always going to win, so I'm just going to watch it and hope for the best, and yeah. Instead you're like, wait, he's the main character, but he could lose. Oh my god, he won, he got it, yes, cool. Like, it builds up the excitement and hype, and I like that, how Vanguard itself does this plenty of times moreover. Now then, the small cameos of seeing Tamori and Michiru was great. But honestly, I thought that he had died. So yeah, a big shock seeing him return. But I guess I misremembered or just misunderstood what happened in Overdress, I Will Dress. But yeah, hopefully we can see him back again soon. So, with that being said, our cast are now all happy and getting their wishes. Ones that they never really needed the Divine Force to achieve. Or whatever you call it. Suo gets his run back and the girls enjoy life, while Now continues her fighter's journey with Senka. They're all happy and the fanbase is left happy while also excited for the next season. What do you think is going to happen? Moving forward, what matches do you want to see from the next deluxe tournament? Let me know all your thoughts down below, and honestly, I'm just happy to see Mirai return. Have a great day, arigato, matane, goodbye.